Hey everybody. So today is an exciting day for me because yesterday on the live stream I was finally to a point to where I could take on Lord Nagafen and Lady Vox, which I did. But if you guys missed the live, today what we're going to be doing is going through and getting them again. And the reason being is because I still need items off of them. I was extremely fortunate yesterday. I got one of the drums off of one of them, which I'm leveling up right now, which is right here, which this one should turn out to be better than this because it's already at 360 at enchanted, so it should come out to about 460, which is awesome. And I got this for my brass, so this one should come out to be around 450, but it also has like a ton of stats on it as well for a range weapon, which is really nice. We got a ruined leather mask. This came off of a kobold in Karner's Castle. We got a sword breaker. This came off a kobold. I don't remember where, like what exactly this came off of. It was actually, you know what? I think it may have been one of the skeletons downstairs. And then the Noctivigant blade we got off of the Warlord. So we had a really good day yesterday on the live. But we're going to run it through again today for everyone that maybe missed the live, just to show Lady Vox and Lord Nagafen. One of the last things I really want, not only would I love to get some additional bags from them, because I did get 2 bags. I got Treasure Hunter's Satchel on both of these. They are 10 slot, 100% weight reduction, but they come in enchanted. And what I'm really wanting to do is get a couple of those in the enchanted or legendary, because at that point you've got a huge bag, 100% weight reduction, and it's very much similar to the Easter basket, bags that we've got, except for it won't be quite as big. So I have turned off AAEXP. I will be leveling to 60 now, because we are capable of getting to 60 with Kunark. And that is exactly what we are going to do. I've got my spells ready. I've got everything ready, and super excited for Kunark, because I'm going to be going through a lot of the dungeons that, even if they're a little bit lower level, Kunark was where I pretty much started back in the day. And it is by far, in my opinion, my favorite expansion. There's so much to do. I love Ixar. I love the lore behind the dragons, like Field of Bone, the giant dragon skeleton in the middle of that, and things like that. And we can kind of go over some of that as well in the next few videos, because like I said, I'm absolutely, this is my favorite by far. Another thing, so I actually made some posts even on the Discord. I was feeling incredibly underpowered on this character, to the point where I was pretty much struggling to kill anything when I got to Kunark and things like that, and there was no way I was going to be able to kill Vox. I was having problems with the giants in Soul B, so I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? Bard's not adding anything. Maybe I'm going to swap this thing out for Monk or something, just trying to figure out what I can do to actually be a little bit more viable and be able to complete some content. Well, it was because I'm dumb and didn't read every single song that I've got through Bard, and kind of look at the synergy that I needed to look at to figure out why I was sucking. So I can press 3 now. I've set up a melody to where I can stack this dude up on DOTs, and you'll see down here, well, he died before the DOTs hit, but you'll see down here in a second, these DOTs do a ton of damage. I'm willing to bet that after these things, start ticking, well, I'm killing them too fast, which is good. It's not a bad thing. The only time I'd ever complain about doing too much damage is when I'm trying to show something. Okay, this is a even, I believe. Oh. Well, that's new. I fell in a hole. I've never done that. Okay. So there's bears down here, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that there was even anything down here. Let's see if we can find our way out of here. Oh, okay, we got some ramps up. So we've been working on AAs, obviously. Like I said, if you missed the live, we're up to almost, I think it's almost 900 AAs, 902 AAs. We maxed out our agility and stability. We've tried to max as much as I could on the offensive damage stuff, but I mean, I didn't max it out. Lower Guck and me are no longer friends. Like, I really don't want to go back there, like literally ever again. Being stuck there for 900 AAs was eye bleeding. So I do know that in the future I've got plans. My wife wants to play a duo self-found with me, which would be very fun, only because if you've never played with your spouse on a game that you absolutely love, it is extremely fun. And I think that we could really have a lot of fun doing that. So where do I need to go now? Here, I guess. Oh, no. Oh my God. Run, run, run. Oh my God. Are you dead serious? Well, I didn't know it popped you out right in front of Lady Vox. This is interesting. Okay, so. Oh, okay, lesson learned. So if you fall, the exit there is right in front of the dragon. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, we're definitely thinking about starting up a duo self-found after, of course, I finish up my solo self-found, which obviously will be a while. I've got a lot more to go, and of course we've got the entire Planes of Power progression to go through, which is going to be a lot. I'm still very excited just to be able to go through Kunark and Velius. I don't know too much about Luklin, so that one will be kind of new as far as progression stuff goes. But Planes of Power is always fun, going through each plane, killing the god, and all that fun stuff. Alright, so when you get up here, you're going to see a big dragon, and you're going to see a bunch of giants. So the biggest thing here is you want to drag these giants down over here, because Lord or Lady Vox will reset when she comes out of her room. So it's very important to try and get these giants out of here without having to fight Lady Vox at the same time. And the reason why is that you've got priests here that will heal Lady Vox, as well as Lady Vox healing herself. So it's a huge pain to have to try and deal with both of them healing at once. So right now I'm kind of dealing with it right now anyways. Let's go ahead and get these priests dotted up. By the way, if you've got any moms out there watching, happy Mother's Day. We went out to a all-you-can-eat sushi place, which was, I know what it sounds like, but it was surprisingly good. Very, very good. I think it really depends on how much it costs, to be honest with you. Like, if you go to like a cheap all-you-can-eat sushi place, sometimes it can be a little sketchy. Like, you might get a little cat. But if you get like one that's, I'm not saying super expensive, but one that's, more reasonable, if it makes sense, I feel like you might get more quality stuff. It's pretty good. Look at that. Full heal. Ridiculous. But yeah, you definitely don't want to have these healing the dragon you're trying to kill at the same time you're trying to kill it. So pull them out over here and kind of do your thing over here in the corner. But yeah, Kunark's going to be, there's going to be several videos in Kunark, and the reason being, we're going to want, obviously, to level up to get to the point where we can take on several dragons. We've got a dragon in Skyfire. We've got a dragon in Emerald Jungle. We've got a dragon in Sibyllus. That's what it's called, Sibyllus. So there's several different areas we're going to have to go. World server connection lost. Uh-oh. Geez, it's like blowing me up with world server connection lost. I wonder what that means. I'm still able to play. But yeah, I think there's 3 dragons, maybe 4. There's Venril Sathir. He's tough. He like does a huge life tap. He's in Corner's Castle. There's the royal family that's going to be in Chardok. They're pretty tough. Sibyllus has the king, the Mushroom King, which I don't think that there's any progression locked to the Mushroom King, to be honest. But he does drop a pretty cool like regeneration tunic. I don't know that it would be worth anything here, but I mean it's pretty cool to have back in the day. Everybody wanted that for your twinks back in the day because it was really nice to have. Oh, well, here we go. All right, so we're popping some cooldowns. We've got Dance of the Blades. We're not going to do Savage Spirit. We're going to do Vehement Rage, and of course we got Bite of Chaos going, as well as we're doing all of our Bard DOTs. So about 40%, you'll see her heal. And I'll be real honest, I really thought that this was going to be like phenomenally more difficult than it was. So I'm thinking that maybe we did a little more than we should have AA wise. But to be honest, it kind of panned out in the end. I'm glad we did. Hopefully it gets us a little bit more prepared for Kunar, because I know Kunar dragons are like way harder. That's where it is, Dreadlands. There's a dragon in Dreadlands too, and that one is the worst if I remember correctly. A huge slow ice dragon. Right, so Lady Vox is down. So I got a dragon bone bracelet. Don't really need that. We'll take it anyways. Okay, ruined bolster belt. That might be, yeah, that will definitely be worth picking up. Absolutely. That will be the next thing that we start to cook for our leveling up. People say that this is good to put on your pet because it gives it a chance to like summon in some additional stuff. So we might just take one of these and put it on the pet. Just to kind of see. Also, if you missed the live, I picked up Lustrous Russet Greaves, Lustrous Hands, Lustrous Arms, Lustrous Breastplate, Lustrous Helm. I got the Umbral Boots, I believe, and Lustrous Bracer. So these, the armor pieces I got from going to Plane of Fear. We went to the temple and we went ahead and just farmed the big Cthulhu guys until we ended up getting that. It was actually, I don't want to say it was like super fast, but I was able to get most of the items that I needed right there on the live, which was pretty good. I think I'm finally getting disconnected here. Let me find out if we can come back on here, and if I just had to get a rollback or whatever else it is, and I'll get you guys back here. Hey, we're back. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Just had to restart real fast. So I don't know if this is worth anything. So we'll go ahead and exit this expedition, and we'll head over and we'll knock out Nagafen real fast. I will say that if you're going to do these in any kind of order, I think that Lady Vox is actually harder. Only because of the heal. Lord Nagafen doesn't heal at all, so I feel like he may be the easier target if you're going to try to pick like one to do first. We'll just hit up Lava Storm. And then once we get done, I'm actually pretty close to finishing up leveling that drum. And then we are going to be leveling up that haste belt for sure. We ought to get an extra 20% haste out of that belt. And that's if we don't get a Cloak of Flames. Because the Cloak of Flames we should be able to get an extra 30% out of if we level that up. So, we got some exciting stuff here. So we'll go into non-respawning. I like killing dragons. This is like the coolest part about MMOs to me, is killing the, the big ticket items. Let's get going this way. So the fastest way to get... well, that's not the fastest way, is it? The fastest way that I know of to get there is to just kind of run through here, and the first chance you get to some... Yeah, right through here. Okay, so we'll run in. And then I believe the giants will see through my invis, so we're going to have to kill the giants. So let's get our stuff going. Oh, and Shield of Songs also is like a rune song. So very nice to have, and it benefits from drums. So I throw my drum in my whatever range spot, which is why I'm excited for this one. And then it just gives me the bonus right there, so. One other thing I've kind of been doing is if I can stack some of these DOTs on a creature, I might just switch targets. Stack DOTs on this creature, and then at that point I'll just kind of watch both of their lives go down with the DOTs while I'm, putting in the work on one of them specifically. But at that point, whenever I switch targets again, hopefully we've got them both down, to significantly lower HP. All right, so 51 is an exciting level as well, because that means we picked up our volley, which is where did it go? Rage volley. So this is going to be another just extra damage that we're going to be like throw a whole bunch of axes at somebody's face. So we'll get this going. Yeah, look at all that. Yeah, that was good. So, just more damage for us. Yeah, tremendously more damage. Look at that. Bam, 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 bam. Apparently, they're criticaling a lot, too. So I don't know if that's... If I can put something in like range or something that will make it do more damage. I'll have to look into that. I have no idea. Pretty cool. Rage volley. Just a ton of damage. Love it. So, I don't know that this works on like regular servers because you can't see everything, but you want to... Okay, so you want to pull these Well, I was hoping not to get... Okay, never mind. We didn't get the wizard. So let's go ahead and start getting these DOT'd up. Seems like rude. Close the door in my face. So we'll get these guys loaded up here. Ooh, I got the Magus too. That's not good. That's what I was trying to avoid, but that's okay. And obviously you can run through here and then you can just fading memories at the end. I didn't do that. We need to level up anyways. So I'm just going to try to hit these. Also, I don't know that they don't drop anything that might be like an upgrade for us right now. I don't think they do. Just the giants. I know that obviously the dragon at the end does. I know Tranix drops. Ah, yes. Let's get rid of, put that right there. We're done with it. Yep, done with it. Now we got 480%. Yee. And these also affect, or the drum will also affect our direct DOTs. So these should be doing more. Yeah, they're doing more damage too. So yeah, all in all, we're sitting really pretty right now. I really want to level up my breastplate because it's still standard breastplate. All right, so we've got Crown of King Tranix. I don't want it, but I do want the 40 PP, that's for sure. Buying the spells up to level 60 was extremely expensive. I was sitting at like almost 10k, and then buying those just warped me way down, so... Get wrecked. Yeah, Rage Volley is definitely worth getting to 51 for. That's awesome. So I'm supposed to not be able to be stunned anymore. So I think that if they do end up stunning me, it's from like a spell. Some form of spell, because I'm 100% stun resistant now to melee, according to the AAs. I thought that was extremely important, because I don't want them interrupting my bard songs. But sometimes I'm still getting stunned, and I think it's got to be like some kind of a spell effect or something. Did I get another one of those? Hmm. Kunark also means epics. That's pretty huge too. The Berserker epic should be a tremendous upgrade. And also the SK epic is going to make it to where we can sword and board if we need to pick up the additional AC. So we should definitely... Well, that's a lot. I actually didn't mean to pull every single giant that was in that room. But, I mean, doing okay. You know, the rune is based also on percussion. So picking up that additional 60% or whatever it was from the drum upgrade is also going to be huge for that. So I don't know how it's going to be in like Planes of Power. But I will say that right now, Bard does seem to be adding enough to make content doable. I'll have to see about having 0 way to heal works out whenever stuff obviously gets more challenging later on. But right now, it does seem like I'm able to handle the content. Full disclosure, though, I did go into Skyfire last night to kind of check my mettle against Talendor, which is one of the dragons you need for Kunar, because I was like, hey, I'm feeling kind of frisky. I did pretty good over there against Nagafen and Vox, so I was like, man, I'm gonna go over there. These guys can't touch me. And he literally ripped me in half and threw me all over Skyfire, so not ready yet for that. So same thing with Vox. In here, you'll see Nagafen. You're going to want to run out, grab these giants. You will aggro Nagafen. He will not follow you all the way down here. So just drag these guys down here. Take them out first. That way you're not fighting the giants and the dragon at the same time. And then be prepared also. I have heard that the dragons will also gain the benefit of the haste items. So if he's got like a legendary Cloak of Flames on him or something crazy like that, he will actually have the additional 60% haste. So if you're getting clapped, you know, by one of these dragons, it could very well mean that you need to, you know, try harder and harder and harder, because more than likely they've got a really good item on them or something. See, without having to worry about the heals, this guy, I mean, when he gets low on HP, that's it. He's low on HP. There's no healing, you know, for 6,000 or whatever else it is coming back. Oh my god. Dude, I couldn't make this up. This is amazing. Cloak of Flames, legendary, 54% haste. So that is going to take over our Kunzar cloak. We've got Hierophant's Crook. Okay, so this is actually pretty good to throw on a pet because it does the AoE damage. So this is actually a pretty good find. And of course, we got another Treasure Hunter satchel. So we'll grab that. Put it right here. So 31 plus another 20, put it at 51%, where this is 54% plus additional stats. And it looks like it's going to have more AC. So I think that we're going to be good sticking with the cloak. Yes, yes. All right, well, that was absolutely fantastic. So now we're sitting pretty at, yeah, that's going to be so good. Let's get out of here. Meow. So there we are with that. Let's go ahead and go over and let's take out Venril Sathir. I think we can take out Venril Sathir, and that will give us an opportunity. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff going on. Give us an opportunity to get maybe like a good chest plate or something for the chest plates that are class specific on here allow you to self-heal, which is really, really nice, especially if you're like pulling and things like that. Let's go ahead and do non-respawning. Venril is not like an easy boss by any means. He has a really tough HP drain, but I'm curious if my my rune is going to actually negate that. So we'll have to see. I mean, if we get destroyed, we'll know why. There should be like a captain in here or something. Oh, there he is. Captain. Captain Kobold. Rage Volley is crazy. I also got something called, I think it's called Frenzied Volley. Yeah, right here. This is another one. It's 12 AAs to get this, which is, I didn't think it was going to be worth it. I thought that this was like a hotkey you could use to like do extra damage. So basically this just gives you additional axe whenever you're throwing. So definitely good for the Rage Volley for sure, because obviously you're going to be throwing more axe doing damage. So is it worth 12 AAs initially? Probably not. But once you get level 51 and can use this, I feel like at that point it becomes more viable. Ooh, look at that. Boom, 15,251. Cleaving blow. That feels good. That's the highest damage I've seen so far. Jade Mace. No. Pass. I really, really don't want to end up fighting Venril Sathir, at least without my chest plate. So we're going to try to level up that chest plate first. I feel like it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to go into that kind of fight without your gear on. Jeez. So the Caller of Sathirs are kind of like named mobs. They have well, kind of. They have a chance to drop some loot. Typically, I don't want to get attacked, but I guess just every wanderer in the whole zone was just like pathing this way. But yeah, they do have a chance to drop some stuff. Shaman stuff, I believe, is like the best armor that they drop right here. It's not the best for Shaman, but it's the best that they can drop. That's the Kunzar cloak that we just replaced. Another one. And these guys have a chance to drop. All of them have a chance to drop the upscale Kunark class specific armor. So this is that. I've seen this used by shamans a lot. Or at least back in the day. Maybe not now. I don't know. Judging by our HP and stuff, like actually moving and things like that on the regular mobs, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to get destroyed by Venril Sathir. So we'll have to see. I mean, hopefully not, but... There we go. Let's get that back on. 70 AC. Wow. 30 strength, 30 stamina, 30 dex. That's huge. That's crazy that that came from Plane of Fear. So that's old school. Man, I didn't even know anything about that back in the day. I thought it was just Umbral plate that dropped from those guys, but apparently they have a chance to drop this lustrous russet stuff too. And this is several different classes, not like class specific. So, and every piece I got turned out to be like a better piece than the equivalent russet stuff. Or I mean, sorry, the Umbral stuff. That's, need that. Let's level up this mask. Let's do that. So we are basically at Venril Sathir right now. We're only going to go through this little wall right here. There's a couple of different creatures that are going to attack us in here with Venril Sathir, which sucks. So we'll just have to make sure we have our buffs up. Our haste. We've got our leech on. So yeah, we'll just get started. We'll take the little guys out first. That way we can kind of use them as a basis for draining HP. Okay, so he's not doing that much damage, to be honest. I thought he was going to be really hitting us, but he may not have done his proc yet. Oh. Well. This is strange because this guy, I think that he's supposed to be like on par or even a little harder than the dragons are for Kunark. And that dragon last night wrecked me. Like just slid me all over Skyfire. So maybe I'm... Wow. Yes. Bam. 10,000. That's nuts. What do we get? Oh, we got a gnarled staff for the wizard epic. No. Bolts of Talon. No. John Dice Bone Greaves. 400 PP. Yup. Well, cool. Okay. So he's down. Ooh, cool. Another one. That's stupid. So yeah, I honestly feel like, I don't know, I thought that was gonna be harder. But I will say, like I said, that dragon, I mean, he really did. He drugged me all over the zone. So we're gonna have to figure out what we need then to kind of boost ourselves up and ready for the dragon fights. And then I do know that track is even above like the open world dragons. So we'll also have to, and of course getting to track is also a huge pain, especially when I don't have like invis and stuff. Or at least like rogue invis. I'm loving it. I didn't know if maybe there was something cool in these additional doors. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. We took out Lady Vox, we took down Lord Nagafen, and we somehow were able to kill Venril Sathir, which, by the way, now we can farm to work on getting the really cool like SK. Well, the cool thing about having 3 classes as well is you're not pigeonholed into only being able to get like SK Greaves, SK chestplate. I can now look for all of them, you know, at SK, Zerker, or Bard. So it makes it kind of, see, Blood Ember boots. Wow. So 21. I know that most of the time these were used primarily for their clickies, you know, back in the day, because obviously they didn't have the stats. I wonder if you make it legendary, though, if it will pump the stats into it. So let's put some stuff over here that we want to level up. So yeah, that's pretty good find already. So today we've got the Cloak of Flames. We got the boots that we wanted, and we leveled up our Silo's Drum of the March. Good day. Good day indeed. So thanks for watching, everybody. Again, we are going to be tackling the rest of Kunark, which I'm really excited about, and doing every single dungeon, even if it's too low for us. I want to run through them and have some fun and see what's out there, especially with the implementation of legendary items. We don't really know, you know, what's going to be phased out and what's going to be awesome now. So looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. If you have not done so, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I'm really reaching my goal this year. So. And it's all thanks to you guys. So thanks again, and you guys have a great day.